Part 1, The Question of a Supernatural Presence. Hello everyone. In our last video, we talked about the dream car and why, even when sitting inside it, we still feel off-center. We called this dukkha, unsatisfactoriness. But today I want to take you a step further. We are going to question the factory itself, the source of this world. Have you ever wondered, where did this world come from? Is there an invisible hand programming our every breath and heartbeat? Many believe in a supreme supernatural being who created the universe and watches us from above. But let's use the logical mind of an adult to ask a question. If there were truly a being so vast that they created billions of galaxies and millions of stars, why would that entity be concerned with what you are thinking tonight? Why would they care if you are living well, if you love your family, or how you treat your colleagues? Believing in a supernatural being who cares about our every tiny detail is sometimes just a way for us to feel important in an overwhelmingly vast universe. In reality, the universe is far more objective and cold than that. It is not like a kingdom ruled by a king. It is more like self-executing code. The Buddha taught in the Nikaya scriptures, "Incalculable is the beginning of this samsara." A beginning point is not evident, though beings hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving are faring on and running through. This means the world has no first cause or boss who pressed the start button. It is a chain of consequences without a beginning point. If you try to find the programmer on the outside, you will get lost in dogma. Instead, we should focus on how this system is operating right now. Part 2, the 5 universal laws, the 5 Niyamas. If there is no controller, why doesn't the world fall into chaos? Why do apple seeds always produce apple trees? Why does your car inevitably age over time? The answer lies in the 5 universal laws, also known as the 5 Niyamas. However, you must understand, reality is actually a unified and seamless web. Dividing it into 5 laws is merely a human convention to help us manage and understand reality more easily. Much like how you categorize goods in a warehouse to optimize operations. Look at how these 5 algorithms arise from the simple to the complex. Physical law, utu niyama. This is the hard-coded foundation of matter. Fire is hot, water flows downward, and all physical objects wear out. Your car doesn't break down because the universe is against you. It breaks down because it follows a command. You cannot pray for fire to stop being hot, nor can you wish for a rainy sky to be dry. It is an indifferent physical constant. Biological law, bija niyama. This is the law of seeds and genetics. A mango seed will never produce an apple, no matter how much you water it with the purest water or how hard you pray. The code is written into the DNA long before you have the consciousness to perceive it. It is the automated programming of life itself. Psychological law, siddha niyama. This is where the system begins to translate data. Why do you feel gloomy when it rains, while a farmer feels pure joy? The raindrop is the same, but there are 2 different translations. Your mind doesn't merely reflect reality, it creates the reality you live in. This is the internal processor that turns raw sensory input into your personal world. Karmic law, kama niyama. This is the most subtle feedback loop. It isn't just about big actions like reckless driving, it's about the micro-habitual patterns of your thoughts. If you habitually judge others, you will inevitably live in a world filled with people who deserve judgment. This isn't a punishment from the outside. It is the inevitable output of how your mind has been programmed. You are not punished for your habits. You are trapped by them. Universal truth. Ultimate truths like impermanence and suffering. Watch my last video about suffering. The Buddha affirmed, whether Buddhas arise or not, that setting of teaching still remains, that stability of the Dhamma, that fixed course of the Dhamma. The universe does not need a supervisor because every result is already contained within the cause. Everything is self-upgrading and self-operating, from raw physics to sophisticated consciousness. This system is fully automated. The world is within your translation. If the world operates according to universal laws, why does every person experience a different life? The Buddha explained this through the story of the hermit Rohitasa. Rohitasa possessed supernatural powers that allowed him to walk faster than an arrow. He walked continuously for 100 years to find the end of the world, yet he died along the way from exhaustion without ever finding it. The Buddha taught, I do not say that the end of the world is to be known, seen, or reached by traveling. Yet it is within this fathom-long body, with its perception and its mind, that I declare the world, the origin of the world, the cessation of the world, and the way leading to the cessation of the world. The meaning is clear. The world you live in is not an objective reality. It is a translation by your mind. Consider football. Think back to yourself at age 20. You watched a match with boiling passion. Your heart pounded. A goal made you ecstatic. A loss made you skip meals. At that time, your world was a stadium on fire. Now look at yourself at age 40. You are watching the same team, but perhaps only out of habit. You see players running on the field, but your mind is on electricity bills or your child's school schedule. The match hasn't changed, the rules haven't changed, and you are still the same entity. The only thing that has changed is the filter in your mind at this specific moment. At 20, you translated football as passion. At 40, you translate it as entertainment. The fiery world of your youth disappeared not because the stadium closed, but because the world inside you was reprogrammed. You do not see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. If your mind carries swords and shields, life is a battlefield. If your mind learns to let go of the oars, life is a peaceful river. The strategy of the system owner. Once we understand that no one saves or punishes us and the external world is merely a reflection of the mind, we realize that personal responsibility becomes immense. Buddhism encourages contentment and fewness of wishes, not as asceticism, but as a strategy to protect system resources. Look at your phone. Too many background apps make the device overheat and drain the battery faster than normal. A human chasing too many illusory desires will eventually burn out. Suppose you are a middle-aged man with an income of $300 a year. You have a happy family, healthy and obedient children. Are you truly happier or wealthier when you do everything, neglecting your family, just to make an extra? $50? In my subjective opinion, $50 a year is a completely meaningless number in this context. Living contentedly does not mean accepting poverty. The Buddha did not tell us to live in poverty. He pointed out 4 types of happiness that a master of their own life should strive for: earning wealth through righteous means, using that wealth properly, being debt-free, and most importantly, living a blameless life. If you have a luxury car but it was bought through deceit, blame, or piling debts, your operating system will always be in an error state: stress. The true happiness of the Creator is when looking at the blueprint of their life, they see it is clean, transparent, and there is nothing to regret. The Buddha taught, contentment is the greatest wealth. Knowing enough is realizing that material things are just vehicles, not ornaments that define your value. When you stop drinking the salt water of dopamine, your operating system becomes lighter. Having few wishes is how you offload the system, helping the car of your life run smoothly instead of straining under heavy expectations. Conclusion. You are the creator. The final message I want to leave you with is not advice, but a stark reality. Stop pleading with the universe. Start fixing the way you operate your own system. This world has no boss sitting there listening to please, but there is also no one to punish you if you follow the laws. Good and bad, right and wrong are not dictated by anyone. They are natural properties arising from the laws of consciousness, much like a verifiable law of physics. Think back to when you are angry. Your body heats up, your mind spins, your face flushes, you grit your teeth, your fists clench. No external deity did that to you. The internal laws of nature did. And your mind suffers greatly, not for the anger, but by the anger itself. And here is the ultimate irony. You have always been the creator. It's not as if you only become the creator today after watching this video. You have been doing it since before you could read, from your very first breath. The question has never been how to become one, but rather, when will you finally realize that you have always been the one writing the script? If you saw yourself somewhere in this might be your kind of channel. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.